Welcome to another edition of Nathan's No Bowls. We're here at Blue River Archery, the sponsor for this week's edition, and there's a lot of good stuff this week, so let's get right to it. To start with, honorable mention, Wilbur-Cotonia football. Easily could have made the list. They beat Louisville, at Louisville, 46-17. Tad Moldenhauer had another return TD and punt return this week instead of a kick return, and then Colton Rezabak and Michael Polium each had 2 rushing TDs. Great performance for them, and they're 3-1 now in Class C2. And number 5, Fairbury Volleyball, their 5-set win, comeback win over Centennial at Centennial. Lost to them 5 days earlier, and it was a great performance for them. Probably their biggest win of the year so far. It was a heck of a match with Superior last night as well, and they're really starting to come together as a team, and it'll be exciting to see where they're at moving forward. And from that match, Leah Mock in that Centennial match had a career high 18 kills, and she was our Fairbury Journal News Athlete of the Week, Jeff Nation Athlete of the Week this week. Great performance for her. And also, they had a good showing this past weekend. Fairbury Invite got 3rd place, so it was a good week for Fairbury Volleyball, best week so far for them. And number 4, Fairbury Football got the first win, homecoming, and 28-14 over Falls City. Always good to get a win at homecoming, and Devin Wanamaker and Andrew Novotny both had passing TDs, showing that they have a little bit of depth there at that position. And Brody Kroll over the century mark running the ball. So it's, Fairbury's finding pieces, and Cam said that they're really getting their pieces together on defense, getting people in the right spots, and that obviously the results showed that. Number 3, Tri-County's Creighton Niemeyer won the Fillmore Central Invite, 18 teams there, and he had a time of 17:15. That would have been good enough for 4th place in Class D, which is where Tri-County is at this year. So he's looking like he has that state champion potential after winning a state title in the mile last year, and he continues. He's won every meet except the Fairbury Invite where he took 2nd, but he's won 3 out of 4 races. Really good start to the season for him. Number 2, Tri-County Volleyball Mudecus last week. They were seeded 4th. They upset Meridian in a really good game in the semis, and they came back from, they were down 18-24, scored 8 points straight in the first set against Meridian to win 26-24 first set, and then they won the 2nd set. And they went on and they lost Sterling in the finals of the Division B tournament. But it was a really good showing for them. Madison Free set a tourney best, 18 kills for them. And Hannah Holtmeyer showing she has some versatility. She in the win over Meridian, she had 5 kills, 2 aces, a block, and 4 digs. So Tri-County is really starting to pull things together around Madison Free's got players like Hannah Holtmeyer, Hannah Strain, and Brianna Conley, all looking like good pieces around her, and they're improving as the season goes on. And they're going to have Diller Odell on Thursday. Should be a great matchup. And then we got Thayer Central's Emily Welch. She's the 3rd leading attacker in Class C2, and she recorded 81 kills in 5 games at the Republic County Invite in Kansas, and Thayer Central went 5-0, won that tournament, and now they're ranked 3rd in Class C2, only behind Superior. Battled Fairbury last night, and Stanton is number 1, so Thayer Central's looking like contenders. So keep an eye on them moving forward this season. Moving on, competitions I look forward to. We got some good ones, probably the best yet this far. And we're going to start at number 3, Randall Smith Invite at Thayer Central cross-country meet. That is tomorrow, and all area teams will be there. And we've got great cross-country runners in our area. Creighton Niemeyer, who I've already mentioned, and then Tri-County girls, Andy Cook, Ella Crawford, Thayer Central boys, Damian Stewart, Keegan Casey, both Fishers. And then Isaac Robertson and Josephine Blatney for Fairbury. A lot of talented runners in the area, so that should be a good one. I'll be out there covering that tomorrow. And then moving on to number 2, Meridian football is going to face Falls City Sacred Heart. Jones told me after their win over Tri-County last week, it's the best start in 17 years that he's been there. And Falls City Sacred Heart, they took 2nd last year. I should say they're ranked 2nd this year, and they made it to the semis in D2. So this is going to be their first test of the year. Should be a great game, and that's their homecoming game. So there's going to be a lot on the line there. It should be a great one. And we'll be out covering that. And then the Fairbury softball team's heading to Crete Invite A lot of anticipation in this one. Bishop Newman's going to be there, who Fairbury lost to in the second round of Class C playoffs last year. Maybe they'll cross paths with them. And then Crete, so obviously, is going to be there. Grand Island Northwest, who Fairbury's beat by 1 run. And, we got Hastings, Scott Bluff, Seward, who Fairbury lost to this year and beat. They're 1-1 with them. So that should conclude this week's edition of Nathan's Notables with Fairbury TV and Fairbury Journal News. We'll see you again next week.